Constraints play a very vital role in throughout the project. You need to understand the constraint that you may have on your project schedule. Constraint will restrict you when and how the project may be implemented, when and how you can do an activity. Biggest constraint is usually a project deadline. We need the project by that date. So you might want to work backward, then how can you start and how can you deliver the project? So this is all the constraint that you have. External constraints, internal constraints, logical constraints, enterprise environmental factor. These are constraints that you have. There are some constraints that you can see here, which is as soon as possible, as late as possible, start not earlier than, must start on. So start not earlier than is the constraint required that the project activity should not start earlier than this predetermined date. Maybe this is a date because of the, like you are in England, UK, and the summer dates. To do something, start not earlier than will be there. Then start not later than the constraint required the activity begin by predetermined date. If you have a cricketing season, it cannot be start earlier than 6th of June and start not later than 16th of June, because then you will lose the whole season. So this is start not earlier than, start not later than. Finish not later than. This constraints require that the project activity finish by a predetermined date. Finish not earlier than, somewhat unusual constraint require the activity to be in motion up, to say that it cannot be finished earlier than that. Maybe because of some budgeting constraints, maybe because of because you may want to have something to be opened up, or you want something to be start on specific date, so that you want to, and instead of having a lot of time in terms of delay or not opening ceremony, you want to push up the finish not earlier than. So this is finish not earlier than and finish not later than. So these are the constraints that we have to look and understand while we are doing our schedule. This is where we conclude our discussion on schedule tools and techniques. We started from the schedule compression. We tried to understand the resource leveling. We tried in the middle of it, when we started, we tried to understand the rolling wave plan, how the rolling wave plan is like a progressive elaboration, and how it works through the rolling wave. So every wave takes up, initiate, you understand, you start the activity execution, and then you close it, and then the new wave start, initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closing. So this is your rolling wave plan, which is part of a progressive elaboration, which is to cover the uncertainty in the scope, in the requirement of the project, to cover the uncertainty that you don't know a lot of information, you don't have a lot of information about the project in the beginning. So you want to wait till the very end to start execution of the process or start planning of the project till you have a complete information. An iterative scheduling with backlog is part of an adaptive that we understood as part of the rolling wave plan. And then we went to the critical path, floats, leads and lags, and all these things we did as part of this scheduling techniques. So if you have any question, please let me know and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. You may use the Facebook, WhatsApp, the videos and the web page, anywhere you may leave your comments, and I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. Thank you very much for your time.